The second of 2 games tonight. It's the Browns and Steelers underway to wrap up week 2. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. First play from scrimmage. Watson going to throw it. Be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Watson, off play action. That ball complete to Isabella. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
A guy coming off his best season as a pro. Here's Nick Chubb. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 2nd and 6. And again, it's Chubb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must.
Nowhere to turn here. He's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack, but they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? It was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How are they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And some room to run now. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble. Knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Faking the give. Now Watson. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Third and long, it's Watson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough goal for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they get their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Hopkins' kick is good, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well. So your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Pickett leads his Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their 25-yard line. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw, Pickett. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 45 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like with the run.
There he goes, left side. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Chubb on the counter, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. T.J. Watt, always a disruptor, there to blow that play up.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. Able to push his way through. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. Give him 2 on the play there. And that'll be good for a Cleveland 1st.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there.
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Browns will use the 1st of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. They'll try the air now with Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Hopkins' kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a 1st down. Here's Pickett. A short one there to Freiermuth. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the gun, here's Pickett. Incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Pickett. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. And their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
2nd down and 8. Now it's Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Watson now to throw. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Damontae Kazee. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for the Steeler touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday I press it a little bit. This might be the case.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Watson, he's going to move him around. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. Gets this out wide to Pickens. Touchdown! George Pickens, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. This 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 77 yards rushing now for Chubb, and a 1st down as well.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in this first half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all you can do is look forward, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, it's Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. So first and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw, Watson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Now a second and 10. Watson just beating the play clock. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. But he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space. Couldn't uncover at the end of the route. And that one winds up incomplete.
Hopkins' kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Pickett will look to throw it here. Looking for Pickens. He's got him on the out route.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now the third-year man, Najee Harris.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. Pickett back to throw. It's brought in by Harris.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
A yard all they need, but it's third down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
But we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. Pickett to throw on first down. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 42 yards.
You get a rookie tight end who can run like this, it just gives this offense a different dimension than they've had. It's going to be fun to watch his development and how this offense expands as this season moves along.
Harris running straight ahead. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 99 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
On 1st and 10, Watson. No, bottled up. It's out. It's loose.
Oh, one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide.
They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. Going for it on 4th down. Here's Pickett. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Steelers first down, and he'll get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 4th and 1. Now runs straight ahead with Warren. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A handoff for Warren.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Watson.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Here's Chubb on the read option.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On the give, it's Warren.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Now Pickett will look to pass it. He's got this to Pickens.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
James Daniels, the guard, called for the penalty there.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. He gets it left side to Johnson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The Steelers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11.
Back to throw. Pickett.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
It was Myles Garrett that time who got in there and brought him down.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fielded just inside the 20.
The danger of a punt that good? A 16-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Watson. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Zero hesitation that time. He just got it and put it out in the right flat. Unfortunately, incomplete.
We know how hard these quarterbacks nowadays work on just getting the ball in their hands and making a quick decision and throwing the football. Didn't work out in this case.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Watson. Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper with an amazing diving catch.
And the Browns have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, What do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here, or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity, or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
They'll run it. Warren.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause of the action. A timeout here defensively.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
Waits on a throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here's Pickett.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Taking on the midfield logo. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
Here's 1st and 10. Watson.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Watson to throw.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Charles, what a big drive late in the fourth quarter to take this lead.
And normally you're really excited if your offense has the ball late in the game. But I think this crew is really excited to have their defense go back out there because they haven't surrendered a point in the fourth quarter yet. They've helped make this comeback possible with their defensive play. Now they get a chance to finish this game off.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Now it's Watson. That is intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb.
I know there's some time on the clock, but I still think you kick the extra point there and don't go for 2 and go for the win in that spot.
Yeah, time or no time, why not just take the 1 and even the score?
And then that way, no matter what, at least you know what you're dealing with now. It's a whole different strategy. You got to decide whether you're going to onside kick or just try and play defense and get the ball back.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. Trubisky to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. Throwing now is Trubisky. He's got Johnson. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save the timeout.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner. And watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Now it's Trubisky. He's got Pickens complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
What a shootout this is turning out to be. Are we having fun or what? We just saw the long touchdown pass on the other end to take the lead. Now they're trying to turn the tables and take their shot down the field. Things are getting wild down there, but this one falls incomplete.
Back to throw. Got his man, it's Warren. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. This is 1st and 10. Now a run with Warren. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to put an end to a wild Monday night. And he got it. The kick is good, and a fantastic finish here on a Monday night. And the Steelers have won the game. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Steelers, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.